Ngayon mga kariyak, magandang araw, panibagong araw na naman, panibagong video at bibigyan natin ng reaction, no? Ito pala mga kariyak ay tungkol to sa pangyayari ngayon sa Amerika dahil dumalaw si presidente ng Ukraine, no? Si Zelensky. So nagkaroon sila ng problema ngayon ni Trump, parang nababastusan sa kanya si Trump. So, panoorin natin mga kariyak kung ano yung pakinggan natin, panoorin natin kung anong mga pinag-usapan nila, no? Paano sila nagsimulang mag-away.
Let's watch.
On the deal. It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world. And I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire, all of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean. and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know that.
bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
I'm not
You're in
dictating.
no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the
bad
very
position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not in a
Mr.
good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
But right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
What you're-
III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What you're
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country,
I'm
that's
with all
back to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have
today.
you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States
what
of
you're
America
speaking about.
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we are
coming out
staying-
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said thank
stupid
you.
president, $350 billion.
You
we
voted
gave
for
you
it.
military
Tinawag na
equipment.
stupid.
And you men are brave, but they had to
Stupid
use our
president.
military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of
accept
times
that there,
thank you
accept
to
that-
American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
So yun mga karyak, no? Naririnig natin yung bangayan nila, galit na galit si Trump, no? Tinawag niyang stupid, no? Stupid president si, ano? Kasi nga, sinabihan niya na, pero mo, hindi ka mananalo, you're not winning, kung hindi sa kanyang military. At nag-uudyok siya ng Third World War, no? Yun yung sinasabi ni Trump na walang respeto sa Amerika. Kasi nga, nagtaas ng boses si Zelensky kay Trump. At ang nangyari dyan, pinaalis daw na hindi pinakain yan eh. Pinaalis si Zelensky sa pagkatapos nung meeting nila nanyan kasi nababastusan si Trump eh. Hindi raw pinakain yan, mga karyak. At yung kanilang suporta sa Ukraine ngayon ay winidraw na ng Amerika, no? So, ang mangyayari ngayon, kailangan hilutin uli ni Zelensky kasi ang US mayroong hinihinging kapalit doon sa pagtulong nila ngayon eh. Kailangan nila yung mga minerals ng Ukraine. Kaso lang, si Zelensky ay umalis nang hindi pumirma. So ngayon karyak, titingnan natin kung mag-a-apology ba si Zelensky, no? Meron kasi siyang interview na nangyayari. So, titingnan natin mga karyak kung siya ba ay mag-apology kay Donald Trump na galit sa kanya. Talagang sinabihan siya na yung ginagawa niyang pakikipaggera sa talaga naman sa Russia ay hindi siya mananalo kung walang tulong ang Amerika. Tama naman yung sinasabi ng US na talaga namang ang US ang nagsusupply sa kanya ng mga ammunition niya, di ba? Pati siyempre pagkaganyang gera mga karyak, pagkain, pera, ano, kailangan yan. Suporta yan. Kasi kung wala ka na makakain, wala kang suporta sa ibang bansa, gugutumin mo yung mga kanasyon mo, no? Kaya mahirap talaga mga karyak makipaggera kung wala kang kakayahan. So panoorin naman natin mga karyak yung titingnan natin, no, kung ito ba si Zelensky ay nag-apology dahil ini-interview siya ngayon. So, tingnan natin mga ka-react.
Welcome back to Special Report. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Mr. President, thank you for the time today, especially on this day, to continue to do this interview. President Trump said after your meeting that you disrespected him and the Vice President and all of America
Kasama
in the
pala.
Oval
Vice
Office.
President pala yung nasa harap.
Do you think you did, and do you think you owe an apology to President Trump?
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for the invitation for this dialogue, and good evening to all your country, to all Americans. I'm very thankful to Americans for all your support. You did a lot. I'm thankful to President Trump and to Congress bipartisan support. And I was always very thankful from all our people. You helped us a lot from the very beginning during 3 years of full-scale invasion. You helped us to survive. Anyway, we are strategic partners, and even in such tough dialogue, and I think we have to be very honest, and we have to be very direct to understand each other, because it's very, for us, very necessary to President Trump, and I'm with all respect that he wants to finish this war, but nobody wants to finish more than we, because we in Ukraine, we are in this war, we are in this battle, a battle for freedom, for our lives. So I'm just telling that I think that we have to be on the same side, and I hope that the president on our side together with us, and that is very important to stop Putin. And I heard from President Trump a lot of times that he will stop the war, and I hope he will, and we need to pressure him with Europe, with all the partners. And I think this dialogue had to be a little bit earlier to understand where we are. Like, you know, I don't remember exactly, but like President Reagan said, that peace is not just an absent the war. Yes, we're speaking about just and lasting peace, about freedom, about justice, about human rights. And that's why I said that I think so, that ceasefire, and you know Putin, he broken 25 times ceasefire during all this.
Yun ang hinihingi ni Trump sa kanya, na makikipag-ceasefire na siya. Kaso parang sinasabi niya kasi doon sa galaw ni Putin na walang nakialam nung sila'y nilusob mula nung sinasabi niya 2014 eh. Yun yung pinaglalaban niya kay Trump. Si Trump, ang gusto ni Trump, ceasefire lang ang kailangan niya. Kasi si Biden daw, at saka sino ba yung mga naunang presidente na ayaw makipagkasundo ni Putin, no? Dito kay Trump, parang ang lumalabas, ito si Putin ay magkaibigan sila ni parang siya yung lumapit ngayon kay Trump na ayusin yung sitwasyon ngayon nila sa Ukraine at Russia. So ito nga ceasefire ito iba yata gusto kasi ni Zelensky, parang gusto niya dagdagan pa siya ng armas eh. So sige, pakinggan muna natin mga ka-react.
10 years.
So I'm not hearing from you, Mr. President, a thought that you owe the president an apology.
No, I respect the president and I respect American people, and if I don't know if I think that we have to be very open and very honest, and I'm not sure that we did something bad. I think maybe sometimes some things we have to discuss out of media, with all respect to democracy and to
Tanggalin
free
lang natin yung
media.
video, mga
But there are
ka-react,
things
no? Kasi
that
baka
where we have to
i-restrict tayo
understand the position of
yung isang
Ukraine
video na
and
restrict
Ukrainians.
na tinanggal,
And,
pinutol
I
nila
think that is the most important thing. Yes, we are partners. You know, we are very close partners. We have to be fair. We have to be very free.
I'm told that you were told multiple times from lawmakers on Capitol Hill and the White House to make today about the minerals deal and the economic deal, and then get it signed and let negotiations play out over security guarantees step by step. Is that true?
I said that we have to sign this document, and we are ready for this. And this will be the first step to security guarantees, but it's not enough. I think so. Maybe I don't know something. I don't know some details. And that's why I wanted to share it with the president, my thoughts, and to hear him again, because he has a plan how to stop Putin. And maybe, as I said, maybe it's out of big conversations, but we have to share it. You know, this is so sensitive. You know, just a ceasefire without security guarantees, this is so sensitive for our people. I'm speaking like a president of a people who are in this struggle 3 years, and they just want to hear that America on our side and that America will stay with us, not with Russians, with us. That's it. But I'm sure that it will be. This is the first step to security guarantees. Europeans, we don't need to lose them. They are good allies for the United States. The United States is the most or the biggest donator of support and of peace. But we don't need to lose Europe. And they also want to know next steps. We have to be very open to understand how to stop the war.
Right. But do you think the public spat in the Oval Office in front of the media served Ukrainians well today?
I think this kind of spat is I mean this this is not good for both sides anyway, and I'm very open, but I can't change our Ukrainian attitude to Russian, and I don't want they kill us for us. This is very, very clear that Americans are.
Ito, matigas din ang niya. Ayaw niyang baguhin yung kanyang pakikitungo talaga sa Russia, At saka yung tungkol sa minerals, parang ang gusto niyang mangyari dito ay kasiguraduhan na kapag pinirmahan niya, hindi siya mapapabayaan. Kaya hindi pa niya pala talaga pinipirmahan ito dahil meron pa siyang gustong alamin doon sa sinasabi ng US na kapalit ng kanilang tulong at makikipag-ceasefire siya, pero yung kanyang yung pakikipag-ceasefire niya kung ba'y hindi babaliin ni Putin, kasi ang isa niyang reklamo rito ay ilang beses na raw siyang pumirma ng kanilang ceasefire ni Putin, kaso ang ginagawa, pinapatay uli sila. Pinapasok uli sila ng Russia. So yun din yung pinapaliwanag niya nung nagkakataasan sila ng boses ni Presidente Donald Trump, Yun din yung isa sa dahilan niya na kaya ayaw niyang basta-basta makikipag-ceasefire dahil nga naman ay tuwing nagsi-ceasefire daw, hindi ito sinusunod ni Putin. So naninigurado siya na kung makikipag-ceasefire ba siya ay nakakatiyak siya na hindi siya iiwanan. Yun yung parang pagkakaintindi natin sa kanyang pananalita, Sige, tuloy tayo.
The best of our friends, Europeans are the best of our friends, and Putin with Russian, they are enemies. And it doesn't mean that we don't want peace. We just want to recognize the reality, the real situation.
President Trump is convinced that you will never sign a deal with Vladimir Putin. Is he right?
No, I think so. What I think, Ukraine wants peace, and we will have anyway diplomacy. We will have negotiations. I only said that I think so. It's about just and lasting peace. It means that we have to be very strong at the table of negotiations, and at these negotiations, Ukraine and Russia, like sides of this war, have to be, and the United States and Europe. That's what I said. So we are ready for peace, but we have to be in strong position. What does it mean? Just to know that our army is strong, that our partners with us, and that we have security guarantees. Am I not right?
Leaving the White House today, President Trump said this.
He's looking to go on and fight. He wants to come back right now, but I can't do that.
What do you make of that? Do you want to continue fighting? Do you want peace? And if he had the opportunity to go back to the White House right now, would you do it?
No. First of all, we want peace. That's why I'm in the United States. That's why I visited President Trump. And thanks for invitation again. The deal on minerals is the first step to security guarantees. It's meant for the peace, closer to peace. That's why I'm here. And we have tough situation. To understand it is to be in Ukraine. You saw it, Brad. You was once. Thank you again. So I think that's very important to understand what's going on. But I respect my soldiers and our people, our civilians who work and support our warriors. I can't say just stop. Nobody will stop because everybody afraid that Putin will come back tomorrow. We want just and lasting peace. It's true. We want security guarantees. We raise this topic about NATO the quickest way, but not all the countries are on this side. I said, okay, if not NATO, nobody is pushing. If not NATO, let's build NATO in Ukraine. That's my position. Europeans are ready to have contingents on our territory, boots on the ground. United States thinks maybe to help, maybe USA backstop have to be just to guarantee that they are with Europeans. Look at Europe, it's strong, it became stronger, but they also want to have allies like the United States. That's what I said. I just want to understand what the peace. It's not my question, Brad. This is the question from all our people.
You mentioned when I traveled to the front.
So, okay na yun mga karyak, no? Tama na yun at masyado nang mahaba at narinig na natin yung kanyang mga dahilan, ano? Yun na nga, yung kanyang minerals ay yun yung pinaka-last piece niya, no? Na pinagkakainteresan ngayon ng US. So, maaari siyang pumirma doon sa kasunduan tungkol sa kanilang minerals na gustong makibahagi ng US. Pero kailangan nakakasiguro siya na ito daw si Putin, kung makikipag-ceasefire siya, ay wag bumalik na girahin sila. Kasi yun yung paulit-ulit na sinasabi niya na hindi ganon kabait o hindi ganon yung pakikipag-communicate ni Putin sa kanila, no? Yung pagkasunduan nila. So, ang sinasabi niya, mayroon din naman siyang mga kakamping Europe. Pero ang ano nito, yung Amerika kasi iba yung suporta talaga ng Amerika. So gusto niya rin maging allies ang US. Ang gusto kasi mangyari talaga nito ni Putin, ayaw tumigil kasi ang ni Zelensky, ayaw niyang makikipag-ceasefire kasi nga naman kung makikipag-ceasefire sila, malamang diyan mayroong parte na sasakupin ang Russia sa kanya. Yun ang pinangangambahan niya diyan. Kaya humihingi pa rin siya ng tulong. Kaso lang, ang problema lang kasi ito si Trump at si Putin ay parang magkaibigan sila, parang may pinagkasunduan din sila. Kaya ceasefire lang ang hinihiling ni Trump at wala nang iba. Ayaw niya ng Third World War daw, di ba? Magkaroon ng Third World War. Kaya ang gusto niyang mangyari, ceasefire lang. Pero si Zelensky, parang ayaw niya makipag-ceasefire. Ang gusto niya, suporta, military, ammunition, no? Mga kagamitan sa panggera. So, yun lang mga karyak. At alam mo naman, hindi natin masyadong pinakita ang video. Kasi nga, baka ma-restrict tayo eh. So, salamat at sa susunod muli, gagawa ulit tayo ng video. Bye-bye!